Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over 10 cars that need more customization in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now last summer with the Criminal Enterprises DLC that got released into online, we did get some additional customization for cars like the Zentorno, the Benefactor Schwarzer, the Ubermacht Sentinel, and a few more on top of that. However, I would like to see some more customization get added to some other older vehicles, and that is what this video is going to be about today. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting off with number 10. At number 10 we have the Ocelot Lynx. Now unfortunately the Lynx isn't even purchasable right now, but I'm sure it will come around pretty soon in one of the dealerships, or maybe it'll be the podium vehicle or the prize ride. Now the Ocelot Lynx typically would go for $1,735,000, and unfortunately it does not have much customization. It's got two livery options, it's got a few bumper options, I think it might have a roof option, and it's got a back bumper option and some side skirts. And not that that's like terrible or whatever, but I would like to see some additional customization on top of that, some more stuff that you can do, some more bumper options, some more aggressive stuff like canards and bigger front splitters, bigger rear diffusers, stuff like that. Stuff to make it more of like a race car, but also stuff to just make it look a little bit more casual for just on the street driving. I also think that the bumper options kind of look a little bit trash on this thing low-key, but I am a big fan of the Lynx. I just think that it deserves a little bit more customization, especially for its price point, which is already way too high to begin with. I think it could just use a little bit more that you could do to it. At number 9 we have the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, coming in at $745,000. Now don't get me wrong, this thing does actually have a decent amount of customization. It's really not that bad. However, I would like to see some more stuff that we could do to it, some more aggressive stuff. I think that the bumper options in particular on the Gauntlet are really lackluster, and particularly the rear bumper options are quite pathetic. So I'd like to see some new options there. I'd like to see some new skirt options. I'd like to see more spoilers. I'd like to see more hoods. I'd like to see more front grills. I'd like to see more roof options as well. I think that having louvers on this car would be awesome as well. Overall, I just feel like there's so much more that could be done to the Gauntlet Hellfire to make it just a much better car, but unfortunately there's just kind of not much. Like, there is a lot in some ways, but there's also not a lot, because every Gauntlet Hellfire you see looks the exact same, because that's all you can do to it. So I think that having some more customization for the Hellfire would be really, really cool to see. Let's move on to number 8. At number 8 we have the Pfister Comet. This is another car that's been removed from being able to be purchased in GTA. However, it does come up in your auto shop occasionally, so that is good, and I'm sure it will be coming to the dealerships at some point soon. Now, the original Pfister Comet had a little bit of customization, and I would say actually for a 2013 car that came out with the game, it actually had almost above average customization to a degree. However, I would like the ability to make this thing just a little bit better. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any side skirt options, I don't think. It does have a front bumper option and a rear bumper option. I think it has 2 of each, but it needs more. I would like to be able to make this thing look like an old 911 GT3 or GT2. You kind of can do that, but the customization is pretty limited. I would like to see some hood options, some roof options, some side vent options, as well as some interior options would be really cool to see as well. I think that Rockstar could just take this car and make it so much better, and also having some livery options would be really, really cool to see on the original Pfister Comet. That would be really awesome. I think the Comet deserves it. It's an OG car. I can't believe Rockstar removed it in the first place, but having some more customization to do to it would be absolutely sick. Next up at number 7 we have the Ocelot Pariah, coming in at $1,420,000. Now the Pariah actually does have some customization. I'm not going to complain about it having like absolutely nothing. It's got quite a bit that you can do to it. I just feel like the options are pretty lackluster and kind of basic. Like, you can add some vents to the hood, and there's like a couple of big spoilers you can put on, but I'd like to see a ducktail option for the Pariah. I'd also like to see some more bumper options that aren't like ugly as hell. Like, some of these bumper options for the Pariah are just hideous. Like, they just do not look good at all. I also think that it could use some more livery options, because the liveries for this car are quite pathetic in the first place, so that kind of sucks as well. I think that it definitely deserves some more customization though. I'd like to be able to change a few more things, a few more drastic things. It'd be really cool if they added a wide body or made the Pariah a Benny's vehicle. I think that would be super sick. Can you imagine a wide body Pariah? That would be cool. I would also really like the ability to change the headlight sort of structure on the Pariah, because the headlights on this thing are Like, they're kind of cool from some angles, but they're also really ugly from other angles, and I just don't think it's a very good look. I would love to see some additional customization and be able to just change and overhaul the headlight assembly entirely. That would be really awesome, but I'll keep my fingers crossed on that. Number 6, we got the Vapid Dominator, the OG Vapid Dominator, coming at 35 grand if you want to buy it. I don't even think you can buy it anymore. Maybe you can, actually. Not sure. You can definitely steal it off the street. This thing has a little bit of customization, actually. I would say it was above average for 2013 as well, because I think Rockstar knew everyone was going to steal this as their first car when they got into online, because it is just simply one of the best cars you can get. But the Dominator needs some more customization. The bumper options on this thing are so basic, they're so 2013, and they're quite horrendous, to be honest. The grille options are also awful. I would love to see some new grille options. The hood options are also very terrible. There aren't any roof options, I don't think. There are some louvers you can put on the car, but we need more options because they don't look very good. There's some side wing vents that go over the side windows behind the driver and passenger windows. We could use something a little bit different to put there. We could also use a regular ducktail spoiler on this thing. Like, the ducktail that you can put on that actually gets you a traction bonus is like so tall, and it looks really, really bad. And I would like to see some more spoiler options for this thing. Also, the rear bumper, there's not much you can do there. The side skirts, there's not much you can do there either. It needs some more customization. It needs like 2 more options in each category that are kind of more unique and more interesting looking. And I think that would honestly fix it. Just 2 more options in every category. It's not that much to add. It deserves it. It's an OG. Come on, like, come on. Next up, we got the P996 Laser coming in at $6.5 million. Now, I understand that this was not originally meant to be a customizable vehicle, but then they added the hangar update and you can take your laser there and you can color your laser. Now, I'm not going to ask them to make any very drastic changes here, but I would like to see some livery options available for the laser. I think for $6.5 million, I think you deserve a livery option for this vehicle. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. They can do like the shark one, you know, the shark livery. They could do basically just copy and paste anything that the FH1 Hunter has, but just make it for the P996 Laser, and I think you'd be good. And that's literally all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for the ability to change anything else. I just want some livery options for the Laser to make it just look a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, it's so basic looking, and even if you change the color of it, it's like, man, it's not very good looking. It's just like, it's a good looking plane. Don't get me wrong, but like, we need a livery option, like, bad. So Rockstar, please add livery options for the Laser and the Hydra, for that matter. Actually, while I'm talking about it, add ones for the Hydra too. We need some liveries. Come on, man. Next up, we have the True Fade Adder. The Adder needs some customization desperately. Front splitter would be amazing. A rear diffuser would be awesome. Some side skirts, very small, very subtle side skirts, would be really cool to see. Maybe a little bit of a hood option change up here. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of a roof option. If they could make the spoiler on the Adder that was supposed to be active, I'm pretty sure, from day one, but they probably couldn't figure out how to program that back in 2012 and 2013. If they can make that spoiler active, that would be sick. But if not, give us the ability to add a spoiler option and make it look like it's up, at least, so it gets some traction bonus. That'd be cool. I don't really have anything else that I want. I just really want some basic, you know, skirts and splitters and diffusers. I think that would be really cool to see. Just saying, Rockstar. It's been out since 2013. You kept it in the game. Took out all the other cars. Let's get some more customization for the Adder, please. At number 3, Benefactor Dubsta, or the Dubsta 2. I'd like to see some more options for both of these vehicles because they deserve it. And since Rockstar seems to be refusing to give us an updated Benefactor Dubsta, I think that having some additional customization to make it look more like a modern Mercedes G-Class would be really awesome to see. I would like to see some more aggressive bumpers, maybe stuff that doesn't have a bull bar, or maybe stuff that does have a bull bar, but just make it look a little more modern. Update the headlights maybe so we can have like more modern looking headlights. Maybe the ability to wide body it like that 4x4 squared G-Wagon. That would be really cool. I think that'd be super sick. Just saying, Rockstar. Some more side step options, side skirt options, that sort of thing. The rear bumpers, they're okay, honestly, but I mean, I would definitely like more, obviously. Like, who wouldn't, right? But that'd be cool. Some roof rack options too. That would be sick. Interior options also on the Dubsta would be really cool to see as well. So Benefactor Dubsta, it deserves some more customization. Come on now. And number 2, of course, we have the Canis Seminole, 30 grand. The Canis Seminole has absolutely nothing that you can do to it. I would like to be able to turn this thing into like a full off-road kit, like SUV. I think that would be super sick. You see them driving around in real life, like old Cherokees, and they're lifted and they have big wheels and they have big bumpers and bull bars and, you know, side steps, all that sort of stuff. Light bars. A light bar would be so sick on it. Can you imagine a Seminole with a light bar? Whew, man. But stuff like that, it'd be so easy to do. Give the Canis Seminole HSW as well, by the way. I mean, duh. So, you know, I think that the Canis Seminole, I genuinely mean this though, I think the Canis Seminole does actually deserve some more customization. It has absolutely nothing that you can do to it. And I think just adding a few little options here and there, maybe some liveries, that would be super sick. Stuff like that, we need it, Rockstar, we need it. So let's make it happen before GTA 5 dies out. Canis Seminole needs some additional customization. And of course, at number 1, we have the Progen T20. Progen T20 is a $2.2 million supercar in GTA Online that has been one of the coolest supercars in the game ever added, I think. It's actually, I believe, the first car to be added that actually has a functional active rear spoiler. So that's really neat. But unfortunately, the Progen T20 has barely anything that you can do to it. I would really like the ability to turn the Progen T20 from just a regular McLaren P1 into a McLaren P1 GTR and have the rear wing just sit in the body, but have a big wing that we could put on the back of it to make it look a little bit more like the P1 GTR. I think that'd be super cool. Front bumper options are something we need. Side skirt options are something we need. Rear diffuser options, need more of those. Some roof options would be really cool to see as well. Liveries would be so sick on the T20. I just feel like the T20 is just a little bit basic, unfortunately. As much as I like the car, it's just a little bit basic. Some hood options too, or some frunk options would be really cool. Also some hood options though, something on the rear of the car that we could do to make it look a little cooler, change the color maybe. That would be super sick. Rockstar, let's make it happen, please. Progen T20 deserves some more customization. Anyway guys, there you have it. Those are my picks for the top 10 cars that need more customization in Grand Theft Auto Online. Will Rockstar listen to this video? Absolutely not, probably. But a man can dream. Let me know what cars you want to see have some more customization added in the comments down below. Maybe I'll make a part 2 to this if you guys want me to. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, dislike if you didn't, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next one. Until then, take care. Peace.